Hey there, church. Welcome to week 3 of our prayer journey, After God's Heart. I want to encourage you, if you weren't at Victory this past Sunday, I want you to watch my sermon called The Goliath Effect. We'll include the link in this week's video so you can watch it. Your David and Goliath moment is when you feel overwhelmed by impossible odds and the prospect of doing something great just seems overwhelming. But that's all of us. Our opportunity, our David and Goliath moment comes at that moment. This 4-week prayer journey is about our church coming together in unity. Unity for a church is where the power of God rests. When a church is in unity, especially unity in prayer, a church becomes very powerful and can do some serious damage in the name of Jesus. I want to encourage you that the church exists for one reason: to reach people with the life-changing message of Jesus Christ, life with God. And that's what we're about. That's what our big dream is all about. So let's be united in prayer as we prepare for what God's going to do in our city through us, His church. Now, when you go before God, go with boldness. God calls you to go with boldness. If you pray timid prayers, you'll never experience the great power of God in your life. Pray bold prayers. Believe big dreams in the name of Jesus. Now this week, we're going to focus on 3 characteristics that David had that made him a man after God's own heart. First, his loving relationship with God the Father. Second, David was completely devoted to God above all other loyalties. And third, he gave recognition to the Lord instead of taking credit for himself. As you're finding out, when you begin to work on your spiritual life, you've got to make space to be with God. And that's not easy because there's so many things that want to crowd into that space. There's busyness, urgencies, and time wasters. They'll all fill the void of any time you have. But if you make space to be with God, it'll be well worth it. Don't let those other things crowd into your time with God. Make space, take responsibility for your life, and make that space to be with God. Lastly, I want you to remember this, that big things start very small. God puts dreams into our hearts that may take years to come to fruition. And there are great obstacles in our lives that may take hundreds of days, thousands of hours to overcome. But they all start really small. Overcoming starts with something really small. An oak tree starts with an acorn, no exceptions. Every oak tree begins with a little acorn, no exception. That's how it is with prayer. Accomplishing big dreams in the name of God begin with little prayers. Overcoming great obstacles begins with little prayers. And so I want to encourage you, church, pray hard, believe big, go to God and make space for Him. He'll help you grow through every step of it. And you'll overcome everything you need to as you pursue God. Go with God in everything you do. Have a great week.